Hey guys, Yankee here, and today I want to be giving my thoughts on Tamamo-chan's A Fox by Yuki Ray, published by Seven Seas. This is a short, 6-volume 4-comma manga. If you don't know what a 4-comma is, it's basically a comic strip with 4 panels, and each one being like a gag, right? So if you've read a newspaper and you've seen the comics pages, that's basically what this entire series is. It's, again, 6 volumes. Shorter volumes. They're like maybe 140-ish pages each, so they're very quick reads. And it is about a fox deity from Kyoto who is a statue outside of a shrine who wants to live a high school life. So she goes to Tokyo and goes to school. And the sort of gimmick and what a lot of the jokes in this series revolve around is Tamamo takes the form of a human, but only adults or like mature adult-minded people see her as a human. Her classmates see her as just like a humanoid fox. And there's a teacher in here that also sees her as a fox. And that's sort of what a lot of the humor in this series revolves around, where she thinks she's perfectly disguised, and all the kids are sort of playing along with it. And so she'll make a mistake, and then people will pretend to ignore it, or she'll do something, and then she'll quickly check to see if anybody noticed, and they, like, avert their eyes, things like that. Again, she's a deity outside of a shrine, and it's, like, a shrine where people go to ask for, like, good luck, I think. So we'll see gags where, like, in class they're doing a vote on something. So Tamamo will bring around like a little box where people are supposed to put their votes in, or it's like on a desk and people are supposed to put their votes in. Then Tamamo goes in to look at what people voted for like the culture festival or whatever, and it's just full of money because people are giving her offerings. And so that's where a lot of the humor, again, comes from in this. It's jokes revolving her being a fox, jokes about her being a deity, jokes about her disguise not working, right? So it's just sort of 6 volumes of that. There's some variations, and other characters will get chapters about them where the jokes are obviously different, but for the most part, that's sort of what the series boils down to. And sort of in between that, it's kind of educational, where it's teaching you about the shrine that she's based on, because the character of Tamamo and some of the other characters in this are based on statues outside of an actual shrine in Kyoto. So while reading this, I thought the little information was interesting, and I enjoyed reading about it. None of it stuck with me, so I can't really remember much of it now. But overall, I think this is fun. It's short, again, 6 volumes, 140 pages each. Because of the way that it's structured, it's a 4-comma. There's only 4 panels every page. So it's a very quick read, and there's not a whole lot of meat here. It's a comedy series. You're not going to see, like, particularly interesting character arcs or, like, stories or anything like that. It's just a silly, fun manga. You breeze through, you have a good time, and you move on. And so one thing I do want to talk about is the ending, because I'm sort of not sure if it was canceled and they sort of rushed through things, or if Yuki Ray, the creator, got to a point where he thought it was best to end it, and then after, like, that final arc does, like, a quick epilogue, right? So I don't know if that's good or bad, if I can't tell if it was rushed or not, but the point where it stops felt like a good stopping point for me. Anytime a manga does, like, a quick, like, epilogue where it's like, all right, quick, we have to rush through a year and a half worth of time. It's like, okay, now all the characters are adults, and look at them meeting again years later. It always isn't my favorite. Like, I don't think I've ever seen something like that done particularly well. But here it was fine. But overall, I think this was a fine series. I think 6 volumes is the right length for this, and I think calling it quits when they did, whether that was editorial at the magazine that was publishing it or the creator himself, I think it was the right call, because, again, a lot of the jokes revolve around sort of the same thing, and I don't know if they could have dragged that out for another 2, 3, 4 volumes. But yeah, just a fun little gag series. I don't know if it's ever going to be anybody's favorite manga the characters aren't particularly memorable. Like, the manga as a whole, I'll remember it, right? I remember bits of it, but I don't remember any characters' names, right? It's just jokes, and not a lot for you to latch onto with the characters themselves, which is fine. It's just a little comedy series. That's not inherently bad. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this. It was fun. A nice, quick, short little read. Yuki Rei has a new manga out now that I don't think's been licensed, but if it ever gets picked up by anybody, I'll check it out. I don't know if it's another 4-kama or if it's not, but I'm interested in checking it out. And I'm also interested in more 4-kama because I haven't read a whole lot of them. I've read this, and then I read a couple of chapters of... what is it called? Seitokai Yakun Domo, right? I watched the anime for that, and then I read a couple of chapters of the fan-translated manga, but didn't get very far in it. And then I also read... I don't remember what it's called. It was a Twitter one where... That wasn't even like a 4-kama, though, was it? That might have just been like a page a day on Twitter. I don't remember what it was called, but 7Seas also licensed that. It's about the red-headed tomboy girl. It's called... Character's name is a girl. I don't remember what that was called, but I think that was also a 4-kama, and I enjoyed that well enough. So I'm interested in reading more 4-kama stuff. But yeah, Tamamo-chan's a Fox. A fun, quick little read, just to have a laugh, right? I don't think it's going to stick with people very much. I don't think everybody's going to be coming back to it to read it a bunch. But for what it is, it's just a fun little read. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Tamamo-chan's a Fox. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.